So, habang hinihintay natin yung isa, okay, so baka may mga katanungan kayo or clarification. So, this is now your chance to ask a question. So, sino yung isang hindi... So, yung isang wala pa. Right, so 16 na. Dito na lahat. So, any questions so far, guys, before we proceed to the next one? Question or clarification?
Answer.
Wala po.
Okay.
Wala po.
Saglit na lang to. 15 slides na lang to. Okay, so let's have an exercise. Okay, so problem. If Aaron is late, then Bill is late. And if both Aaron and Bill are late, then class is boring. So we have an assumption here. Suppose that class is not boring. What can you conclude about Aaron? So from here, you could already say that since class is not boring, then Aaron is not late. Okay? Or Bill is not also late. So we have to prove this one that we are not really late, okay, in terms of truth tables. So the first thing that we need to do is translate this readable statement into symbols of logic. Okay, so meron tayong P, Q, and then R. So for P, Aaron is late, and then for Q, Bill is late, and then R, class is boring. So we have here the logic symbol expression wherein P conditional Q and P and Q conditional R. So eto, basahin natin which should be the same with this one. So P is Aaron's late. So if Aaron is late, then Bill is late. And if both, okay, so pwede namang walang both. If Aaron is late and Bill is late, then class is boring. Okay, so hindi siya ganun ka parehas neto, pero same lang yung thought niya. Okay, so dito kasi medyo naayos lang siya. Mas na-correct lang yung grammar ng konti. Pero pwede rin naman yung diretsong ganun, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina. Okay? Since wala naman tayo sa English subject na i-correct talaga lahat ng mga maling grammar mo, so hindi naman ganun. So as long as nandun yung thought ng logic symbols, yung mga connectives natin, then that's already okay. Okay, so step 2. Okay, construct the truth table for S. Alright, so for now, do not mind kung paano tayo nag-come up sa mga results na nito. Okay, just construct the truth table. So gawin nyo na lang to or i-verify nyo na lang to kapag natapos na tong meeting natin. So yan. So ito yung entire statement. So meron tayong true kapag ganito yung mga first results mo or first assumption actually. Meron din tayong false kapag ganito yung mga assumptions mo. And so on and so forth. Okay? So basahin ko lang, for example, if Aaron's late, then ano ba ba? Bill is late, and then class is boring, true yung statement wherein yung class is really boring or Aaron is really late. Okay? So ito yung mga possible. Okay? And then same with the other. So pwede mo siyang basahin ganun isa-isa. Pero ikaw lang naman, kung trip mo lang naman i-analyze na ano ba yung magiging result kapag na-late si Aaron or na-late si Bill. Will the class become boring or no? Etc. etc. So for now, yun na muna. Okay? And then step 3, remove the false entries. So bakit? Bakit natin remove yung false? Kasi meron na tayong assumption na yung class ay hindi boring. So ibig sabihin, oops, ano nangyari? Disconnect pa ako. Hello, hello, hello. Yan pa ba kayo? Narinig nyo ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Kala ko na-disconnect ako. Anyway, so dito kasi may assumption na tayo. Suppose that class is not boring. Then, we could conclude that Aaron is not late. Okay? So dito, tinanggal natin yung mga false kasi nga, hindi naman boring class. And then, step number 4. So since class is not boring, we could now remove the T entries in R. So itong mga true. Since hindi naman boring yung class, so tanggalin natin yung mga T. And then yung natitira, okay, na mga conclusion, ay mga results rather, is ito, FTF and then FFF. So in here, we prove that class is boring. Okay, inassume lang natin na class is not boring. Pero in reality, kapag i-result, papakita mo gamit ang truth table na late si Aaron, pero hindi na late si Bill. Okay? Pero, boring pa rin yung class kasi kapag na late si Aaron, late na rin si Bill. Okay? Wherein the entire statement is true. Class is really boring. The same with this one. So, na late na si Aaron, na late pa si Bill, so boring na rin yung class. Wherein, true na yung statement kasi nga na-late silang dalawa. Wherein, class is boring. Okay? So, step number 5. Validate P. That is F meaning Aaron is not late. Oh, bakit Aaron is not late? Teka lang. F, Aaron is not late. And then, Bill is late. And then, class is not boring, which is true. Pero dito, Bill is not late, and then Bill is late. And then Bill is, ano ba yung mga original ko natin? Bill is late. So kapag na-false to, Bill is not late. So yung F, Bill is not late, and then Aaron is not late, which is also true. So we can conclude, bakit mali yung or baliktad? Alam mo yun? Alam niyo yun, guys? Baliktad yung ina-explain ko sa result. Ang ganda-ganda ng flow ko pero baliktad. So, parang nawala lahat yung in-explain ko kanina kasi nga baliktad. So, Aaron is late, which is false. Okay? Kasi yung original statement natin is Aaron is late. So, kapag false to, Aaron is not late. So, ito yung mga naging natirang true statements natin. Okay? Wherein, Aaron is not late, but Bill is late. Pero, yung klase natin ay hindi pa rin boring, which is true. And then, dito naman is, Aaron is not late and Aaron is not late and then Bill is not also late. So that is why we could conclude that Aaron is not really late. So kanina ina-explain ko, Aaron is late and then class is boring. So baliktarin niyo yun. Okay? So pasensya na guys. So naririnig ko na yung mga tawa nyo. Grabe naman si sir, baliktad naman pala yung sinasabi niya kanina. So wala bang naka-notice sa inyo na hindi, kasi ang akala ko kanina, eto, Aaron is not late and then Bill is not late. So baliktad pala. Magulo na ba guys?
Hindi ko na-notice.
Sir, magulo na po.
Magulo na. Okay, so kanina, balikan natin dito sa step number 4. Kasi di ba tong true ko kanina, balikan natin yung in-explain ko kanina. Itong true kanina, is class is boring. Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pero, yung true na to, okay, is yun, kabaliktaran ng sinasabi ko. Wherein, Aaron is not late. Dito. Aaron is not late. And then dito naman, Bill is late. Wherein, if Aaron is not late, the class is not boring. So yun. Class is not boring. Not class is boring. Okay? Kasi yung conclusion natin kanina, kapag malilate si Aaron, then class is boring. Okay? Pero dito kasi, suppose that class is not boring. So yun na nga, nagkabaliktad. So ang conclusion, ito yung true. Kapag true ito, then class is not boring. So since meron tayong true dito, class is not boring. Okay? So baliktad sa sinasabi ko kanina na class is boring. Kasi nga yung original is may not. Alright? Well, anyway, so papaliwanag ko na lang ulit sa isa. So mag-construct kayo ng truth table and then pag nag-arrive kayo dito, ito na yon. Okay, wala kayong ibang problemahin. And then step number 3, remove natin yung mga false dito kasi nag-assume na tayo na true yung result. Wherein yung conclusion, class is not boring. So take note, class is not boring. Okay? So ito na yon. True, 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 true. And then step number 4, tinanggal natin yung mga letter R. Wherein letter R is class is boring. Kasi nga, nag-assume na tayo na class is not boring. So tanggalin natin yung mga false ng letter R. Okay? Ito. Oops. Ano ba yun? Tanggalin natin yung mga true pala. True ng letter R. Okay? Kasi hindi naman boring yung class. Okay? And then mag-a-arrive tayo dito sa dalawa. Okay? Wherein, as you can see, letter P, dalawang F. So Aaron is not late. So meaning, this one is true. Okay? Hindi boring yung class. So we can conclude that Aaron is not late. But in some cases, na-late si Bill. Pero in second, possibilities, hindi rin na-late si Bill. Pero either way, si Aaron lang naman yung tinatanong dito. Okay? We should verify or validate whether Aaron is late or no. So, as a conclusion, Aaron is not late. Okay? According from our truth table. Okay? Kasi yan, hindi na siya late dito. False, false, or in true, true yung result. Okay, so medyo nalinawan na ba kayo?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So kung sakaling naguguluhan kayo, I highly suggest na balikan nyo yun. Okay? Kasi ginulo ko yung utak nyo kanina. Ganun na lang yun. So medyo mahirap na intindihin kapag nagulo kasi gulo-gulo mo naman, sir. Okay, so I apologize for that one. Anyway, so right after that one, you're going to have a seat break. Okay? So ganun din, gawin nyo rin siya sa Microsoft Word. So pakita nyo lang itong mga tables na to. Okay? So step 1, ilagay nyo yung mga separation ng statements. Step 2, gawa kayo ng truth table. Step 3, tanggalin nyo yung mga false depending on the assumption. Okay? So dito kasi inassume natin na class is not boring. So step 4, tanggalin nyo pa yung mga iba sa conclusion. And then step 5, dapat mag-a-arrive na lang kayo sa kung ilan man yung matitirang possible outcomes. Okay, and then conclusion, parang ganito lang din. Okay, therefore, blah 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 kung ano man yung nandito. Okay? So if Andy is hungry and the refrigerator is empty, then Andy is mad. So suppose that statement is true. Ito, true daw yung statement yan. And assume that Andy is not mad and the refrigerator is empty. Is Andy hungry? Explain why. So given ng step 1, so bonus nyo na yan. All you need to do is the step 2, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then step 5. Okay? So, yeah. Ito yung next na seed break niya. And then, teka lang, bago tayo mag-proceed. Okay na ba tayo dito? So again, using Microsoft Word, and then mag-table na lang kayo doon. Mag-insert na lang kayo ng mga tables.
Yes po.
Okay. So, kung may part na hindi nyo na-gets, pwede nyo akong i-message anytime sa Facebook para i-confirm, sir, anong gagawin dito sa seat break na to? Ganito, ganyan, etc. etc. Okay, so, okay lang. Hindi naman ako nagagalit. Actually, mas okay ako sa ganun. May kausap. Ibig sabihin, interesado ka talaga. Yung hindi ka, wala kang paki, okay, bahala na. Yung ganun. Yung parang, bahala na kung ano yung sagot, bahala na kung ano yung kwan. So, grab the chance while your instructor is friendly. Kasi ngayon yung chance nyo para makapagtanong-tanong. Kapag masuwing instructor, so, syempre, alam ko naman yung pakiramdam na yon kasi naging estudyante rin ako. Alam ko rin yung pakiramdam na, terror tong instructor. Nakakatakot naman magtanong. Papahiya kapag ganun. May mga ganong instances. Pero ako, hindi naman. Mas gusto ko pa nga actually. Anyway, so after ng seat break nito, meron ulit kayong seat break. Okay? So, eto dapat kanina pa to dun sa taas. Okay? Pero dito, sinunod ko na lang kasi kailangan magkaroon kayo ng seat break dito sa associative properties. Okay? So, eto naman, instead of derivation, kasi meron na kayong seat break or quiz nyo yun actually, yung derivation, yung simplification. Ito naman, kailangan yung i-equalize. Okay? Yung dalawa. So, kailangan i-prove nyo na ito is equal with this one gamit ang truth table. So, ito sobrang dali lang nito. Kayang-kaya nyo to. Okay? So, again, gamit lang din ulit kayo ng Microsoft Word. So, dapat yung result ng table na to is the same with this table. So, the same with letter B and then letter C. Okay? So, clear? Or hindi na gets?
Yes.
Alright. So, I hope the others get it too. Okay, so after ng seat break niyan, meron ulit. Okay, so medyo madami-dami kayong seat break. So, don't worry, madali lang din naman to. Converse, converse. Converse. And contrapositive. So, i-state nyo lang naman yung ito, test into symbol. So, kayang-kaya na yan. And then, state nyo rin to into converse symbols. In English, the converse. Hindi pala. Hindi siya gamit ang symbol into word pa rin. Okay? Into a readable statement. But in a converse format. So, the same with this one. State this one into a readable format or English readable format. But with the use of or by applying contrapositive. Okay? So, are we clear so far regarding with this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lapit na tayo. So next one is switching network. So ito naman is a collection of wires and switches connecting two terminals, which is the X and Y. Okay? So basically, if we have an open switch, nakaangat. Okay? Open nga eh. Kapag open, it does not permit the current to flow. Okay? So ibig sabihin, kapag may nag-flow na electricity, so mapuputol siya kasi hindi sila magkadugtong. And we call that one open switch. And if we have the other one, which is a closed switch, this one permits the current to flow. So, ibig sabihin, kapag may current dito, diretso lang siya hanggang sa Y. Unlike this one, mapuputol siya dito. Okay? Kasi hindi naman sila connected. Okay? So, we have here the series and parallel switches. So, this one is like electronics or circuits. So, meron tayong series, meron din tayong parallel. So, this one is a series switch. So, X will flow in one path only. Okay? Isang connection lang. And dito, meron tayong open switch. And yung equivalent logic neto is P and Q. Okay? And then we have parallel switches wherein kapag parallel, ang gamit naman natin is OR. And then again, in parallel, so this current has two ways to pass through the current. So, pwedeng dito sa ilalim, pwede naman sa taas. para bago siya makarating sa letter Y natin. Okay? So the equivalent logic of this one is OR. So if it's series, and if it's parallel, OR. Okay? So basically, it should pass through P and Q, and this one, or the X can pass through P or Q. So pwede kang mamili, parang ganun. Okay? So we have here the circuit construction. So construct a switching network of the given compound statements, then construct another switching network of the equivalent statement by applying the laws of logic. Okay? So kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, kapag parallel or kapag series, N. So dito meron tayong P and R or Q and R or not Q. Okay? So pwede mo na siyang basahin actually dito pa lang. And then you will arrive with this kind of expression. Okay? So nagets naman so far kung bakit ganito yung expression natin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes
very
po.
good. Diba, sobrang dali na lang nito. Wala kayong problemahin dito kapag na-master nyo ng laws of logic. And then, we have here a continuation. So now, it is asking us to simplify the equation that we have formed out of this circuit. So, simplify lang natin. So, again, yung mga highlighted yellow, yun yung mga changes from the past expression. So, dito, nag-apply tayo ng distributive. Okay. And then, nag-apply ulit tayo ng distributive, check ka, P or Q or not Q, and R or not Q. Okay. So dito, medyo mahaba-haba siya. Dinistribute na natin tong ito kanina into inverse. So umikse. Ito yung inverse distributive natin. And then dito, nag-distribute na naman ulit siya. Okay? So dinistribute natin tong not Q dito sa P or Q, which is now this one. And then tong not Q dito sa R natin, which is now this one. Okay? Or this one rather pala. Sorry. Ito. R or not Q. Gets? Bago tayo mag-proceed sa pangatlo rather. So, dinistribute natin yung, actually hindi distribute nag-inverse distributive tayo. So, from 4 variables into 3. Okay? Pinaiksi natin yung equivalent niya. Gets nyo dito sa part na to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, dito, distribute naman ulit siya. Okay? Pero hindi na siya inverse. Dinistribute natin yung not Q. So, not Q dito sa P or Q. Okay? Which is now this one. And then not Q ulit dito naman sa R. Which is now this one. R or not Q. So again, yung nasa labas is now the one that is inside. Itong dalawang to. And then the one that is inside is now the one that is outside. Okay, so yun yung pattern when it comes to putting the arrangement of connectives. And then nag-apply siya ng associative wherein ito. So take note, another thing that you need to know is kapag magkaparehas, ito, or, so tatlong variables yan magkaparehas, pwede kayo mag-apply ng associative. Okay? Pero kapag and to, okay, and saka or, so dun napapasok yung absorption. Pero dito magkaparehas, so hindi kayo pwede mag-apply ng absorption. So the only thing that you can do is associative. Wherein pwede mong ilipat yung parenthesis natin. So dito na, magkasama na yung Q or not Q. So from there, we can now apply, dapat nilagay ko rin dito, associative and inverse law. Okay? So inverse lang to, wherein whatever's the result, it will be always true if we have this kind of expression. So try nyo i-verify. Kapag true to, false naman na to. But then again, it's or. Kapag meron ng isang true, true na kagad yun. So that is why we have this result. Gets so far? Lipat ko na lang po. Yan. Inverse. Gets hanggang dito?
Medyo, sir.
Okay. And then, from here, bakit wala ko nilagay dito? So, check ko kung anong ginawa ko dito. Alright. So, again, since or to, and then kung i-simplify mo to, true na lang to. Kasi kahit true man to or false, true pa rin yung magiging result. So, that is why we have this true and R or not Q. Tama?
Po.
Alright. And then from here, since this one is end, so kung sakaling or sana to, true na kaagad yung result kasi nga true na to eh. Pero end kasi to, kaya ang deciding factor natin is just the R or not Q. Okay, so we can now remove the true in here since hindi na siya makaka-apekto kasi nga end naman na to. So that's why we've arrived in R or not Q. Okay? So did you guys get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sinong nag-a-analyze pa? Walang sumasagot So ibig sabihin lahat kayo na-gets nyo na. So I really hope so. Bale, sobrang simple lang naman nito, I guess, unlike yung mga examples natin kanina. So from here, we can now decide this one into a simpler circuit wherein we have R or not Q, which is now this one. Okay? So from here, we could say that this expression is equal to this expression, or this circuit is equal to this circuit. Okay? All right. So last seat work, okay, for this part 2 is switching network. So construct the switching network of the given compound statements, then construct another switching network of the equivalent statement by applying the laws of logic. So just like what we did a while ago. So ito, the expression na to, i-construct nyo yung ito, yung mas malaking expression. And then, i-simplify nyo tong expression na to to form a smaller or simpler circuit. Okay? And then, that's it for the part 2. So, finally, natapos din tayo. So, sobrang overtime, I guess. Ang oras na nag-start. Sakto lang naman. So, mostly, ang oras na kina-consume ko is 2 hours or 2 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, so it's already 10:32. So, you guys have 1 hour to finish the activities. Or if not, pwede namang sa susunod na lang kasi yung mga activities na binibigay ko is mostly 1 week. Sino pang may problema dito sa Canvas? Yung wala pang subject sa Canvas? Meron pa ba?
Sir, ako po.
Hindi pa updated? Wala pa,
Sir,
wala ring discrete math sa inyo.
Wala pong subject po.
Ay, wala pang subject. Kasi yung past activities will be due on this coming Monday. So, meron na lang kayong 3 days. Di bale, yung mga may problema, yung mga may problema sa Canvas, please message me para ma-extend ko yung oras nyo kung sakaling hindi nyo pa natapos yung activities. So, let me know kapag may problema sa'yo para mabigyan kita ng extension. Okay?
Sige po, sir.
Sige po, sir.
Alright, so may mga question ba kayo so far?
None, sir.
Okay. So, kailangan nyo mag-practice. Practice, okay? So, 4 lang yung binigay kong exercise kanina dun sa mga simplification. So, hanap pa kayo ng iba sa internet. So, marami pa naman dyang iba. Or pwede kayo manood ng mga YouTube videos. Though, meron silang ibang approach doon. Pero yung sa akin kasi expansion or expanded na approach. Parang isa-isa talaga, literal. Yung iba naman nag-shortcut. So, hanap na lang kayo ng beginner friendly, okay, na mga YouTube videos. Anyway, kung wala na kayong mga questions, so you guys may now go. And then I'll just update you guys once you can start answering the activities in Canvas, since I haven't created some of them yet, especially here in the Part 2, Module 1. Okay, so goodbye and see you next week, Monday.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Goodbye.